But what they didn't show during that daily is the words and the language that Shane used towards Davon.
I think they showed enough on. I think they showed enough on purpose.
Yeah,
No, they fucking didn't. No, they fucking didn't. Because Adam,
they show
Nicole,
what they want,
shut
and they
up.
show it for a reason.
I don't
They
care
show it for a
because
reason.
they showed Frank throwing me up a hill. They showed Zach.
Yeah, that was 20 years ago. That is not going to happen now.
Matter.
That can't happen now. This is a different time. Like,
right, but why?
Whether we want to believe it or not, this is a different time, and that's it.
I mean, I never expected. Because it's a different time because we need to be kinder to each other. Because like,
I agree to that, but my main argument from before, and I have not spoken about this at all in any podcast, anything, because Frank and I have what happened 12 years ago, 13 now, between Frank and I was awful. Yes.
Yes.
One of my main argument points is if that was Ashley Kelsey that they were ganging up on, I think that this would be a very different story.
Okay.
We don't know that.
This is my thoughts. Don't.
Yeah.
But this is my opinion. This is my view, and I think that this would be a very different conversation because it was X, Y, and Z on the side of a sand dune. But if it was Mel that they were doing it to, it'd be a different story. But I think with me being a masculine presenting female, I think it was a little bit more of a leniency thing. And I love Frank. Frank has apologized to me multiple times. Yeah. I hold no regrets or grudges towards Frank now. Any animosity at all towards Frank now. Even before we started filming All Stars 5.
And when did you let that go? Because that was kind of like a life-defining event, right? Like that was pretty much one of the most public of like. That was one of the meanest things that's happened to you ever, right?
Yes. So Frank and I were both invited to one of our original castmates from The Real World's wedding in San Francisco in 2019.
Okay.
I was under the impression, I knew that Frank was going to be there. Obviously, I was going. But I was like, okay, I know enough of her friends and family that I'll be able to ignore Frank and not have any sort of communication with him.
Yeah.
There was like 60 people at this wedding. And we were sat together at the table.
Mm-hmm. Well, that was nice. But did you guys make up then or no?
We did. And that's where the conversation happened. And it was just him and I. And there was a shot or two of tequila involved. And he was very emotional. And, that was still 7 years after the fact. But in that 7 years, he and I didn't speak.
Yeah.
That was the first time we had seen each other. And so we had already had the revelation of the apology and all of this, and we had moved past it. And grown from that situation. Because, Nicole, what were you like at 21, 22?
How was I? I did The Real World too. I mean, listen, because I also got into a fight like with a guy on my season. Me and him didn't talk for I want to say a little bit more than 1 year. Now we're still friends, but the guy came here, loves my family. I mean, I talked to him.
What was your original season again?
Chicago. I want to say season. I don't even know.
What was it Skeletons? Was it
Skeletons? Yeah.
Okay.
So I mean, I see like where you are coming from. I do think it's crazy. I do think it's wild. Like I said, like I feel like the point of this season was to definitely move forward and figure things out. And I definitely think that it shows you and Frank in a completely different light.
The PTSD that came through with the verbal abuse that Shane.
Yeah. Okay.
That Shane assaulted Davon with during Pressure Sandwich, and you cannot tell me that it wasn't. The way that Shane spoke to Davon was absolute horseshit. And
I agree
the fact
with that.
He's in the bar later that night saying that he's the fucking victim. Fuck you, Shane.
But let's not talk about this here because Shane's not here to
I
defend
don't care.
himself.
This
We
is
could
my
have
point of
opinions.
view.
Listen, we could have opinions. I get that. We can all
It's not an
agree
opinion.
on the
I
fact
was
that
there. I
Shane did
watched
not
it.
speak. Listen, we could agree the fact that Shane did not speak
I
to
think
her
I think we
in the
need to
proper
start
way.
from a much
But
like
that was
Nick.
spoken
We
about.
almost need to like. I think we're holding each other to way too high of standards, and I'm not being a dick
I'm
here.
not gonna do that. Shane
Like we're
talked to
all a
Devon
bunch
like
of
a
like.
piece of fucking meat, and that's
I know, but
bullshit.
like, I think we all need to kind of like start.
Show a little grace, a little bit of grace.
Yeah, but
No,
like,
We have to
fuck
show
the
grace
grace.
because someone grows.
but
No,
not
bitch.
not
No.
show
No, Sam
not
has
No.
show
no growth
grace.
then. No, I'm sorry.
Not
No,
not
no.
show grace. I
Yeah,
want everybody to say their piece, but I also want like showing
in
grace
a
does
respectful way.
not mean having healthy boundaries, right? Like
No.
Davon was really good to be like, hey, when things come out of your mouth, they're really like they sting or like they're very like I don't know, they really like she was smart to say that and he tried to take accountability. But you know
Yeah.
what else I see with like our personality flaws and whatnot? And like you said, and Shane would have this conversation all day long because he's constantly doing work on himself. So, but like he'll be like, sometimes when you come to the table and you're willing to be vulnerable and you're willing to apologize, you're looking for somebody else to break down. And sometimes our personalities on the show are so strong, like the narcissistic traits are so like borderline fucking personality disorder, like a little bit more than that. They
Yeah.
like you feel like, and like Nani said about Turbo, like unless you're
Yeah.
like apologizing for your own existence and breathing oxygen in their fucking area, like you're not gonna get them to come on like see things your way. So like we're all
My
flawed.
big issue
Wait,
is
Sam, time out real quick. Sam, time out. Because I want to say something now. First
okay.
and foremost, on a serious note, this show is edited. There is very little that the entire like world sees. We do not know the conversations that happen behind closed doors with multiple cast members. So we are seeing what they are showing out, and that's it. We know what happened, but that's about it. So I feel like we keep jumping around. No,
I agree.
we don't,
I agree.
because
There,
I hate to
hold
say
on.
it, me and Frank, and I'm sure Shane and a few other castmates would feel a different way about both Shane and Davon.
I mean,
And guess
Nicole,
what?
I
People
didn't
feel
even.
about
I
all of
slept
us.
in the same bedroom as you and Melissa, and I thought you guys were perfect angels. Come to find out that you guys are spitting shit into each other's fucking mouths. What's this all about? I told you guys to go the fuck to bed, I thought.
Dude, when I tell you, I literally turned my face. Like, I'm not even joking. Like, someone said, messaged me, no, like, you cheated. I did not cheat, first off. What I didn't do, which, listen, I take full accountability for, was set the boundary of, that is not okay. That is what I didn't do. But the rest of it, I'm sitting there like, stop already. My
I
Can I
mean,
God.
you
finish my
guys.
statement about my
And Adam,
about the
time out.
previous event? You
What?
time out me twice, and you cut me off and changed the subject now. So can I talk?
Yeah.
No, because I'm not finished speaking. And then
I
Adam,
know.
but the other thing is this.
You're
We
never
need to.
finished speaking, Nicole. Are you fucking kidding
Adam,
me?
We need to
Sam, I'll take
pass
you offline
Sam the
so quick.
con.
Adam, were we not in the same room? Did we not shower, shit together, talk together, go to sleep together? People don't understand that. You become close. I don't care like what someone wants to say. You don't know the relationship that we had because of that situation. It's very different. It's very hard.
What
As soon
I'm
as you come
talking
home,
about is
it's
what I
it.
personally witnessed in the daily of Pressure Sandwich.
We were
towards
all
the
there.
end.
We all know what happened.
Right.
Do you?
And
Because
then,
that got pretty.
can I
That
finish?
that got
Can I
pretty
say?
bad. So
Can I get
No, I'm not.
a whole statement in and like a point before anybody starts talking?
Go fast.
What I'm saying is the vulgarness that Shane spoke to Davon, and then at the bar later that night played the fucking victim, said he didn't fucking yell and was a fucking hypocrite. That's the bullshit that pisses me the fuck off. If you're gonna be a bitch and you're gonna be a fucking asshole and you're gonna yell at a woman, fucking own up to it. Don't play the victim on the backside as a gay man who normally stands up for women's rights and women in general. Don't do it.
Okay.
That's what pisses me off.
I hear you. Okay,
I didn't
next
see.
subject then. We
I
could.
had I witnessed that, I would have been surprised, and we would have had, especially since I was the one who pretty much of everyone had all of the words with him.
Sweetie, I love that.
I
You
didn't.
were
Adam, want
focused
me
on
now?
getting your
See?
puzzle put together
Is this
upside
what you did?
down, Adam.
Wait, what?
I just feel like I was really upset with him for how he treated Devon because she wasn't happy.
Visibly upset.
We all
Like
said something though.
choking because she
But I'm
couldn't.
Sam,
not.
we all said something right there. It shows it on TV. We all turned and said, I mean, I told her, you literally have patience
But
like
did
a
he
saint.
hear it? Did
Adam
he?
jumped in. Listen, but whether you could hear it or not, we all said something. But this was not something that just like was just left unsaid. It
No,
was
no, no. I
I'm
mean,
not
did
saying that
Shane
you guys
hear it?
didn't say anything. You guys,
I
I
mean,
know, I witnessed it.
because I've never seen like there was never a point where any of us said we weren't going to come back for the mission recap with TJ. Like Shane was in a bad spot. Like he was either
Shane was this close to walking off the bus through the rubber trees and never being seen again.
that would have been easy because